All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in today. I really appreciate it. Steven, Stephan, I presume?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So usually when we start these things, I like to just get to know you a little bit to start with. Is that all right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'd like you to take turns telling me a little bit about yourself. Stephan, did you want to start?
Well, I just started my own business. It's a little bakery just down in Old Town. Delicious cupcakes. We've been together for, what, 4 or 5 years now?
Nearly 5 years, yeah.
I never remember, it's whatever. And just recently we've been having some troubles. His dad passed away, and it seems since then there's been some troubles kind of brewing in our relationship, and I don't quite know, I don't know what's going on, and he doesn't seem to want to talk to me anymore, and it's just kind of gone downhill, so I don't know what else to do.
Okay. So it sounds like you're a little bit concerned about just some changes in behavior and your relationship and everything.
We've always had a really strong connection, and just recently he won't hold my hand, he won't take me out to dinner anymore. I don't know what's going on, so
Okay.
I'm just concerned, I don't want to lose him. He's my best friend, so.
That's really sweet. Steven, did you want to tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I guess, things have been, kind of difficult between me and Stephan, and, my dad passing away. I didn't really have a close relationship with my dad. In fact, he never knew about Stephan. I mean, he'd seen him a couple of times, and but he didn't know we were in a relationship together. Well, to be honest with you, I never actually came out to him.
You never came out to your father?
No.
Okay.
And a couple of my family members suspected, but I've never been honest with them, and for fear of I guess what my father would say or do.
That must have been really tough.
Yeah, it's been pretty hard.
Well, and he's been carrying that around for so long, and now that his dad's dead, passed away.
It's okay.
He just he can't have that closure, and it's really testing our limits because he's just gotten less affectionate, and I feel like he doesn't care anymore. And even when his dad was alive, he would at least show that he cared, and so I feel like a lot of this is kind of a result of his dad not agreeing with his lifestyle, and that's affecting me, and it's affecting our relationship, and something's got to change. Babe?
What do you think about what Stephan is saying? Is there any truth in that?
To be honest with you, yes. I think what he's saying is mostly true. It was extremely. My dad was very homophobic. He would often.
And he was rude.
Yell slurs at gay people when he saw them, out in public holding hands, or if he saw something on TV, he'd be, "Hey, look at those fags."
Wow.
That's disgusting. So yeah, it was very, very difficult to hear him say that kind of stuff, and even more difficult for me to even begin to approach the idea of talking to him about, about Stephan.
So did you ever have a chance to tell your dad you were gay?
No.
And he's since passed away?
He passed away, he never knew. I don't even think he suspected. We would, even growing up as a kid, we would do like mad things together, fishing and football and watch wrestling and stuff like that. I never enjoyed that sort of stuff as a kid. I wasn't really interested in it, and he kind of forced me to do it. So I would I'd actively participate in them just to keep him happy. But yeah, it was tough. It was hard growing up with him.
Yeah, it sounds like it must have been very difficult,
Mm-hmm.
trying to hide who you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how do you feel about the fact that you never were able to come out to him? Do you think that's a problem for you now?
Yeah, now that he's gone, I feel I wish I would have got that off my chest and said it to him, regardless of his homophobia, his reaction, what it would have been. I think it would have, I wish that I would have said it. And I had the chance, I probably had the chance when he was dying in the hospital, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I didn't want him to die knowing that his only son was gay.
Okay.
I think it would have, upset him greatly.
All right. I appreciate both of your honesty. It sounds like it's been pretty difficult, not being able to get closure with your father and feeling emotionally shut out. So if it's okay with both of you, I think we should try a technique. Even though your father can't be here, I think it's important to try to address some of those feelings that you're harboring about him and feeling like you could never be yourself and like you never got closure.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be okay with you?
Yeah, I'm open to trying it. I like to try new things.
So the way that this looks is, even though your father can't be here, I'm going to have you both address him as if he was here. So this technique is done with an empty chair. Steven, let's start with you. So Steven, why don't you go ahead and get us started, as if your dad was in that chair.
Okay. Dad, this is very difficult for me to say to you, but
It's okay.
after listening to you for years berate, belittle, insult people because of their sexuality, I haven't been able to be honest with you until now. I have to tell you that I'm gay. And my friend Stephan, he's more than just a friend to me. We've been partners for the last 5 years. And I know that you like him and you enjoyed his cupcakes. But we're both gay. And that's what I came here to tell you today.
That's really good. Powerful.
It's beautiful.
It's difficult.
You did a great job. Stephan, would you like to address his father as well?
Hey, Herb. So we're gay, and we're happy, and that might make you a little bit uncomfortable, but that's who we are, Steven makes me happy, and I know that I make him happy, and I think as his father, you should be proud of that, no matter his orientation. So just know that he still loves you, and you should probably still love him too, because it doesn't change the fact that he's still your son. And I love him.
So I'd like to thank you both for doing that, Steven, Stephan, and for being so honest. I know it can be difficult to address an empty chair, but you both did a really good job, and I do appreciate that. So now I'd like to just process a little bit what it was like for you, and maybe if you learned anything from it. Steven, did you want to start?
I actually feel a lot better, even though my dad wasn't there. I feel like, you know, it's taken a little bit of anxiety and it's given me a little bit of relief that, you know, I do feel better for getting that out in the open. You know, and I always feel as though he was there, that, you know, maybe he is watching. I don't know, but it's definitely made me feel better. And listening to Stephan, you know, say those nice things, you know, I realise that he does love me, and I love him.
So what I'm hearing is that through communicating with these hurt feelings with your father, you've almost seen past the aggression and started to see that he really was there for you, that he did love you as a father. Is that correct? Even though he had his own imperfections.
I mean, he did love me, yes. He just didn't agree with my lifestyle, or the lifestyle that I lead. He wouldn't have agreed with it. But I feel that maybe I could do this again and maybe discuss things from our childhood. You know, the way that I couldn't express how I felt or who I was to him when I was growing up, you know, and having to hide my lifestyle or pretend that I'm something I'm not, you know, going out on fictitious dates with girls. So yeah, maybe that's something I could address in future sessions with him.
Great. And Stephan, did you want to share any thoughts or perhaps something you may have learned from this process?
I've never seen Steven talk to his father like that. It was heartfelt. It was impressive. It encouraged me, and it showed me that he's got some true loving feelings, and that makes it a little easier to push forward.
Do you feel like you've learned more about his situation and what he had to overcome?
Absolutely. I had my parents were really accepting of me coming out, and I couldn't imagine trying to hide like that for this long. So I'm proud of him for what he's done today.
I think you've both done a fantastic job, and I have to say it's great to see that you both perhaps have gained some understanding of each other from this experience.
Absolutely.
Great.
We'd like to invite you around for cupcakes. Real pleasure.
Thank you. I'd love to.
They're delicious.